Good morning and welcome to ISM4318C course. I am going to go through the process of explaining the overall configuration of this course, the assignments, the expectations, the group assignments, and overall requirements to succeed in the overall completion of this course. So I'm gonna bring up the course shell for this semester, and as you can see, there are various folders here that would allow you to navigate through the content. I am going to concentrate on a couple of things. The textbook, if I go into my orientation activities, I should be able to pull up my syllabus and then scroll down to see the textbooks and materials required for this course. The first one is absolutely a must for your readings, and the second one is also a must to complete your group assignment number 2. Please note that while I am recommending you to purchase this textbook, the Agile Practice Guide by Project Management Institute and Agile Alliance, I'm also giving you a link to access this particular book at the university's library. So if you click here, you will get an amount of time, set amount of time. I think it's 5 hours. Not totally sure of the amount of hours, but is capped, meaning you have a given amount of time to read the entire book. It doesn't mean that you have to actually read it in just one single access. The system will keep track as to the time that you're using to read this book, and when you reach that amount of time, then you will not have access to it any longer. The amount of hours given to you to access the book are more than enough to complete it. This is a very short book. The pages included in the book are not long pages. And if you noticed when you get it, if you open the book, most of those pages are like halfway written, meaning there are empty spaces on each page, and those empty spaces are there for a reason, meaning you can go ahead and use this as a notebook, meaning you can have your own notes right next to the text readings. So go ahead and do that. My recommendation is to get this a physical copy of it. I mean, it's very inexpensive. You can get it at any place that you want. A bookstore runs it for about $33 to $36, but you can also get it elsewhere for less than that. You can get it online for under $30, $25 or something like that. The second book, I am providing a link for you to download this textbook. I am not covering the entire textbook, the Agile Kaizen by Angel Medinilla. I am only covering 3 chapters. The 3 chapters are the 3 P's: people, processes, and product. And these 3 P's of Kaizen are the ones that you need to complete your group assignment number 2. Now, my suggestion to access the 3 chapters is proceed to the content and look for books, articles, and course materials. This is a folder that I will be deploying with some books and some optional and supplemental resources for you to be successful in class. But if you scroll down, you can see that I have the 3 P's here: team Kaizen, product Kaizen, and process Kaizen. So when you access this link, you will get access to the entire PDF. So you can go ahead and download this or read it online if that's what you want. Now, let me move forward to the assessments. The first item you see here under assessments menu is your assignments. So if I click here, you can see that each iteration, and not all, but each iteration will cover either individual assignments or group assignments. So iteration number 2 will have the first individual assignment and a LinkedIn Learning assignment as well. So you are required to complete the training online using your LinkedIn account provided by Broward College, and submit your certificate of completion for you to obtain your grade or credit for this particular assignment. And the individual assignment number 1, I would suggest you to strongly read carefully the instructions. So when I click here on the actual edit, the description of that, as I'm an instructor, I want you to really pay attention to what the actual requirement of this set of requirements are for this particular assignment, or any assignment for that matter. So stay to requirements, stick to requirements, do not overdo, because overdoing is more likely cost to you. No one is going to provide credit or extra credit or pay you if you're actually dealing with clients. So delivering to expectations is what is expected, not overdoing or underdoing for that matter. So you need to understand exactly what is expected of you to do and deliver to that expectations. As an example, if I'm requiring here 250 word summary, it is a 250 word summary. It is not 500, 700, or 1,000 words. It's just 250. So stay to the requirements and exactly add what this is asking you to do, which is a title page and a reference page. Now, every single assignment has a description, and the description clearly states what is it that you're expected to do. Now, when you access this as a student, which I'm going to do this, when you access this as a student, when you bring the assignment, you can see the rubric associated with the assignment. So pay attention as to how am I going to grade this. Look at this. If, for instance, I'm asking you to do 250 words for just one summary, and the rubric states that you have to provide an introduction and a conclusion, use one sentence or two to introduce that particular brief description or summary that you have, and then also do a sentence or two to conclude. Then you can simply do that by saying what is the writing about, what state that introduction, and at the very end do a little reflection saying how significant that was for you, for your learning, or a conclusion from the actual content also that is accurate. So, and your sources and references to cover for your mechanics or writing mechanics. So the title page and the references page are the two other elements that will be graded. So you will need to not only provide the 250 words, including introduction and conclusion, but also add a title page and a references page. Now, the group assignments are the exact same. So when I go into a group assignment, as you may see, I'm asking a team to write 5 pages document where there is a title page or cover page, and there is a works cited page. So the other 3 pages are for the team to provide the interpretation, reflections, and comments about that webinar. Now, the webinar is about 48 minutes long. So since this is a group assignment, it is expected that you decide how you're going to split these 48 minutes and then write about it. It will defeat the purpose of working as a team if one covers the entire video and writes about the entire video. That's not what I'm expecting you to do. This is an Agile Project Management course, and you should be able to come together with your team, discuss fully as to how you're going to slice this content, break it down into small increments that each team player is going to be responsible for, and allow each and every individual to freely select what areas. So all you need to do is just come together, decide how you're gonna break this down into a small minimum valuable products, let me just put it that way, or minimum valuable work, and allow each on the team to decide what area to work on. So if you go by just using time, for instance, say for instance you do 15 minutes and then the first 10 minutes for each team member, that is an option. I've seen other teams saying let's look up at the course outline or the training outline and break this down by sections. You can also do that. And the intention here is that if I cover just part of the video, I should be able to let the other team members do their part, and then I will learn from their interpretations. So I don't need to spend 48 minutes on the entire webinar, say only 5 or 10 if that's what the decision is. And then when the product is done, I should be able to read the entire end result and learn from others as to what the interpretation, comments, and observations of their part is going to be. So that's how it is. High level trust, high level collaboration, and that's how you should do it. For group assignment number 2, I am asking you to do 15 slides to cover the 3 chapters of the book that I just mentioned. Also here under the description of this assignment, you have access to the PDF of each of these chapters. So you can go ahead and download that. Again, this covers the 3 P's of Kaizen: people, product, and processes. And I'm asking you to do 15 slide presentation with voice annotations, meaning you will need to present and record your voice as you're presenting the part or increment that you're responsible for. If we're doing 15 slide presentation and we have 5 team members on the actual group, say for instance I pick 3 slides for my work, I am responsible for 3 slides, and I'm working on team Kaizen myself, then that's all I need to do. I don't need to worry about product or process Kaizen because other team players are going to work on it. And then when they're done, all I need to do is just listen to their presentation, and that should be enough for me to cover that particular chapter. So as you may see, we don't do double work. We want to come together and decide as a team how we're going to get this done. And then at the end, all of us should be able to see and relate to the final product. So again, keep in mind the lean mindset, which is to eliminate waste and maximize value. That's all I'm asking. Also here I'm providing Windows version of PowerPoint voice annotations, as well as the Mac version of PowerPoint annotations, and a brief table indicating how am I going to grade this, so transitions, etc. But you will not be alone on this. I will be interacting with you via the chat room that I suggested you to use, and I will be there coaching the dynamics of the team to get these 2 assignments taken care of. Now, this is for the assignments, and if you go to quizzes and tests, as you may see, I have 5 quizzes total. These quizzes, you have 2 attempts, but I can increase the number of attempts. The number of questions that you have in each quiz is very short. We're looking at 4 or 5 questions per quiz. For about 5 quizzes, you're looking at 20 to 25 questions total. Now, the final exam will bring 40 questions. So all questions that you get on these quizzes will come back to you in the final exam, which means you're going to get the exact same type of questions. However, I will give you new ones. So my suggestion for you is to use the quizzes as preparation for your final exam. I am when you take the actual quiz, automatically you're gonna get the grade and feedback to tell you whether you marked a question wrong and what the correct answer is. So read carefully what the correction is given to you and learn from it. Again, these quizzes are formative in a sense, and what they are for is to prepare you for that final exam. Now, the final exam only carries 10% weight in the overall grade weight of the class. It's not that significant grade-wise. So you should not be stressing about this big summative assessment at the very end of the course. But I'm trying to do that for you to validate what you have learned throughout the content. Now, with that in mind, I am going to then, let me see if I'm covering for the most part. Now discussions again. Discussions, we have a couple of discussions, and what I'll tell you guys here is that I will be very active on this discussion. So I understand that this is not the favorite type of assignment for most students, especially in an online environment. But hey, I will make it productive for you, and please go ahead and participate as much as you can on these particular discussions. Now, that is for this introduction. Please go ahead and complete the orientation activities as soon as possible. You can go to the students start here. If you're new to D2L, follow this particular video. It shows you how to navigate through this particular tool, the LMS, Learning Management System, or D2L by Brightspace company. So read what the welcoming message is from me. The syllabus cover that fully. Take the syllabus quiz and proceed to the students' introductions. Let me know who you are, what your experience is in project management, especially in the area of Agile. And if you have not registered for LinkedIn, please go ahead and follow these instructions and get that account taken care of. It is a commercial account that is provided to each student. You have full access to hundreds, if not thousands, of videos that are very comprehensive training videos in many different subject matter areas. So go ahead and do that. And last but not least, I have an online booking system. The link is on your syllabus, but I am going to show you that briefly here. If you go to bookings.varenas.org, it will take you to the link of a form or bookings application. It's a Teams Microsoft application that allows us to provide to schedule our office hours. So go ahead and do that. As you can see, I'm only doing a stand-ups 15 minutes. The data has shown that I can cover in 15 minutes most of my conversations with my students, but if you ever require more than 15 minutes, you figure that we need more than 15 minutes, by all means, go ahead and schedule me back to back and in as many sessions as you want. Provide your name, your email address, and phone number. I need your phone number in case I have any issues, unforeseeable issues, and then I'll communicate with you via text, etc. And on your notes, please tell me a little bit as to what the purpose of your visit is. If you want to discuss your degree, I'm an academic coach. I can definitely do that from the project management perspective. So provide me with your student ID so I can take a look at your degree audit and be ready for you. Okay. So that's how you book office hours with me. You don't have to come to campus to meet me. When you get this taken care of or schedule this particular appointment, automatically you're going to get an email with a link to join me via Teams to this meeting. But you're welcome to come in person if that's what you want. All you need to do is just specify that on the notes. Please specify that on the notes that you will be coming to campus, to my office on building 13. So with that, I thank you for listening, and do not hesitate to reach out to me via email should you have any questions.